Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a week in my life. So things are moving forward here on our future little homestead in the city. We're making furniture. Dan's making furniture. I'm working on cabinets, continuing to cook yummy food when I can. So today, like usual, I'm bringing you along for all of that. I'm also sharing a little grocery haul, some things that I picked up at my favorite grocery store. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel, and leave me a comment down below letting me know that you're here. Say hi. Also, shout out to all of my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much, and if you haven't checked out my Patreon, I'm gonna go ahead and link that down below. I'm uploading exclusive content over there, and now I actually have like a whole library of videos. With all of that being said, let's hop right in. All right, guys, so the cabinets in general have taken me like way longer than I expected. This has turned into a multi-week project. Now, it's actually felt longer than multiple weeks. It feels like it's been months. It's very dramatic for me, not having cupboards. Everything just really feels more like a campground right now in our kitchen. Anyways, this was my second coat of primer on the doors, or at this point I was working on this, and I had mentioned to you guys I was considering only doing one coat, but I decided to do two because so many of you guys gave me feedback on Instagram saying like, no, Nikki, do 2 coats, you won't regret it. Now, I will answer people who have asked me if I sanded the cupboards, and I did not. Apparently you don't need to with chalk paint, but I will talk about that more like as we keep moving forward. So I had to take a tea break, so I brewed 2 different teas that I really like. One is from Clipper, their Strawberry Fields tea. It's herbal, and then the Stash Jasmine green tea. And then Zoe's popping in to say hi. So guys, say hello to my new desk. I was so excited to find this. I've never used Facebook Marketplace before. I found this one night on there and I knew it was perfect, and I'm just really excited about it. So you should check out Facebook Marketplace if you never have, because now I feel less intimidated in general by it now that I've done it. So on this day, I decided to make some tuna salad, and I didn't have any mayonnaise and I didn't have stuff to make mayonnaise. So I decided to look up different like tuna salad recipes and kind of experiment a little bit. I have to be honest, it was okay. Like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't amazing. I tried something new. I guess I just don't like the yogurt, but also at the same time, my appetite has been really funky the last few weeks. Like, it's kind of been harder for me to eat lately, and I don't know if it really wasn't that great, or like I mentioned, if it was just my appetite not really liking anything. Oh, by the way, I did end up adding a splash of this Grillo's pickle juice to the mix to try to make it a little juicier and just add that tangy taste, you know? I buy my Grillo's at Costco, by the way. They sell a really big bin, and I love their pickles so much. So then I scooped the tuna salad onto some slices of sourdough bread that I currently buy at Costco. It's like a 3-pack of supposedly actual sourdough bread. By the way, did I say that I put cheese on top of it and then put the open sandwiches in the oven on low broil to melt the cheese? By the way, I ended up pouring a little bit of this raw honey into some yogurt because Logan was in a yogurt mood on this day, and I like yogurt too, and we dipped our pears into the yogurt and honey. By the way, whenever it's lunchtime, Zoe is always nearby hoping for Logan to drop scraps. So this was a super exciting day because we actually received our Christmas gift from Dan's parents. And I'm probably not going to do justice explaining this, which makes me think that maybe in the future I should get Dan to come do voiceovers sometimes. But I think it's basically like a barbecue grill smoker situation all in one. There it is, describing exactly what it is, a digital charcoal grill smoker. So we were very excited to get this because if you've been following our videos since we were in Nashville, making things like beef jerky or smoked artichokes on the grill/smoker is something that we really enjoy doing. And we did not bring our, I think it's called like a big red egg or something like that. It's like a ceramic cooker. We did not bring that with us. So this is what is replacing that. I miss Dan's beef jerky. I miss smoked salmon. And like I said, smoked vegetables. So this was very exciting. Now, another thing we were doing on this day, or Dan was doing on this day, was working on building us a dining room table. So he basically went and picked out planks from Home Depot and, decided the size that he wanted to make the table. Pause, by the way. Like I said, my appetite has been kind of funky, so I literally think this was dinner that day. Just avocado toast, oranges, some roasted carrots because I've really been craving those lately, and then a little side of some iced tea. So on this day, Logie and I made a stop by Pilgrim's Market. And so these are some of the things that I picked up while I was out. I'm really enjoying this egg, like company farm. Their yolks are very dark and they're actually like affordably priced. We've been enjoying this bacon. It's so delicious. And then I picked up this organic penne. And then they were actually out of our raw yogurt. So we picked up this yogurt and it was good, but wow, I really enjoy my raw, full-fat yogurt much more. Oh, and then I picked up these breaded chicken tenders to put in a chicken sandwich. I also picked up some raw cream for pasta or the hot chocolates that we like to make. This Olipop strawberry vanilla drink, I was just craving it when I saw it. Haven't had one in a while. And then, of course, I had to pick up a ton of organic oranges. I also picked up a singular tomato because I don't eat tomatoes like I used to. And then I picked up some of their whole wheat sourdough bouillets, or however you say that, just loaves of bread. So Dan decided that he really wanted this dining room table to be like sturdy. I was fine with our last table, but he felt like it wasn't, sturdy enough. So he decided to weld this metal frame. Dan, to those of you that don't know, is an incredible welder, which is probably not going to surprise you at this point because of everything else that he's doing around the house. But he's just really skilled at it and is actually qualified to do a lot of really interesting jobs within welding as well as welding inspection. So there's a little info on Dan in case you didn't know, and I thought that this footage looked really cool. Now, we still have boxes in our garage, unfortunately. Like, we're majorly still moving into this house. Like I said, low-key camping. But priorities, I had to pull out some of my cookbooks. So like I mentioned, priorities, I decided on this day I needed to make some chocolate chip cookies. And Kristen Cavallari's cookbook, True Roots, has a chocolate chip cookie recipe that I always base mine off of. I might change it a little bit with like the amount of vanilla, or I might add in some chopped pecans. But in general, that's like the basic recipe I'm following. And I made these cookies a ton when I was pregnant. So if you watched my videos back then, you're probably like, hey, I know these cookies. But they're so good. And I think because my butter is like really soft when I put it in, or when I do it that way, which I did this way, it makes the cookies become like cookie brittle because they melt and spread out so fast. At least I think that's why. Or It might be because I'm not putting enough baking soda in it, but I'd prefer that. I prefer like the brittly, thin cookie. Well, I can't say I prefer it, but sometimes, and in this case I do. I like it that way versus like puffy. It ends up being chewy and I don't know, delicious. By the way, I use oat flour in these cookies, and all you do to have oat flour is just grind dry oats, and there's your oat flour. After I scooped my cookies, I did a little bit of chunky sea salt on top from Malden. And yeah, now at this point, Dan clearly had made progress on this table. You're actually going to get to see him complete this table in this video. Spoiler alert. And so he kept coming in and like just checking out how things were laying and taking measurements and stuff. And then I had to show you the moon because it was beautiful on this night and Logan was excited as well.
Please get the moon.
All right, so this was a day I was nervous for, and that was painting the primer on our actual cabinets. I, as you saw, had painted 2 coats of primer on our drawers at this point, but I hadn't touched the base, and I was nervous, and it never felt like the right time because we have a toddler running around, so we have to like time it just right where he can go to my parents or he's napping or we have to stay up. You know, it's just figuring it out took a second, but this was the day. So I started clearing things from my counter, filled up my water bottle to stay hydrated. Also ended up making a cinnamon egg yolk hot chocolate / warm chocolate. And baby, of course, wanted a sip. We love these drinks. And then Dan taped everything up to protect the counters from the primer. So I'm really glad that Dan was able to help me with this because this really has been the project that never ends. And having an extra person to help paint, I still did most of it, let's be honest, but Dan helped a good chunk on this, or at least it felt like a good chunk. It really was more energy boosting and encouraging to see, more progress being made with another person. I will say, in case any of my friends are watching this, I had people offer to come over to help me paint these cabinets, but the timing was never right, or I would do things last minute, or just coordination was hard. And so that's part of why, there's so many reasons why we've taken this route of just kind of taking a little bit to do it. And actually, one of you left me a comment that your husband is a general contractor, and you said that when he painted your kitchen cabinets, he said it was his least favorite job he's ever done. And yeah, it's pretty tedious, but I'm so excited to see what they look like when I'm done. I'm also nervous to see what they look like when I'm done. Okay, so the fog here was crazy for a couple of days. The mountain completely disappeared and it was just rainy and cold and really beautiful, but really foggy. So Logie and I were about to go on a nature walk. And before we left, Dan actually brought the table in and it was really exciting to see it start to come together. And then I grabbed Logie's little Lego mittens that my mom got him at Target to bring on the walk. So Dan was actually heating up the grill while we went on our walk because we were going to make some smoked catfish. So he heated that up. We took our super foggy, crazy, magical looking walk, and yeah. Dan also cut us open a pomegranate. I made some of my world famous French fries, and the fish was so good. So one of the days that we were running errands, we decided to stop by Anchored Coffee because I realized I maybe have done it once since I've been in Idaho. And you guys know I'm kind of avoiding this, but I used to love getting bagels. And so we went this morning and I got a bagel. Throwback. This isn't going to be a regular thing. And then I got their hibiscus iced tea and it was tasty. And then when we got home, Dan had been moving the table in and out of the house to do different things in the garage, just work on it in different ways. And so he brought it back in to continue to work on. And then I started painting the lower half of the kitchen. So this was actually my second coat on the bottom. I'm definitely nervous about this whole process. I watched so many videos on chalk painting, and it kind of just got to a point where I felt and Dan felt and everyone around me felt like we just needed to dive in and give it a go. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all turns out. By the way, this is the paintbrush I used from Dixie Belle that the guy at the store that we bought the paint from recommended. A couple of you guys asked me why we didn't spray the cabinets, like why we chose to brush them instead. And I don't really know. We had a sprayer in the past, like early on in our renovation, that ended up breaking. And I think that just felt a little more overwhelming to us at this point. But I don't know, that might have been a better move. We're going to see, guys, when all is said and done, how these look. So yeah, guys, everyone keep my cabinets in your thoughts and prayers while I try to keep going forward and hope that they turn out okay. So I will, God willing, see you guys back here soon with another new video. And if you liked this one, like I said, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment letting me know that you're here. I will hopefully see some of you over on Patreon as well very soon. Bye, guys.